Hare Krishna. Should we depend on our feelings, on our intelligence? It's become quite popular, especially in the spiritual side of things, to say a lot about feelings, like what are you feeling? What does your heart say? Follow your heart. So you hear these things all the time. It's becoming increasingly popular, this demand that you just follow your heart, listen to your heart, be true to your feelings. This is great. I mean, this is very important because, it's what you are is getting in touch with you. So that's, of course, that's really important. But there's a really big danger in not balancing properly feeling and reason. God gave you a brain, He gave you a heart. You have to use both of them, not just one, not just the other. The problem with feelings is that all your feelings are based on who you are now. They're based on your assumptions of life right now. In other words, you have filters. As we acquire knowledge, as we go through life, we create filters of what life is. We have an understanding, whether you're conscious of it or not. You have an understanding of what life is. You're seeing life a certain way, and that's the way it is for you right now. So your feelings are based on that interpretation of what life is for you right now. So for example, if you go to a racist person and you ask them about some other race, what's his feeling? What's in his heart? He says, no, that race is inferior, those people are ugly, they're less intelligent, they're lazy, they're criminal. And that's true. It's true for him, right? It's absolutely true. He's being true to himself. He's hearing his heart. He's in harmony with his feelings. Is he not? Of course he is. That's his view. But is it correct? We'd like to think not. We believe that's not correct. We believe being racist is not correct. It's a distortion of reality. But that distortion was created by the filters this racist person acquired through life. He acquired these filters and he just confirmed at every fact and every chance he confirmed, oh yeah, that race is inferior, my race is superior. Oh yeah, that race is inferior, my race is superior. So he has just confirmational bias. He's just like getting all this information. So he thinks he's completely right. So that's his feeling. But what if you come up to that racist and say, excuse me, Mr. KKK, what's 2 plus 2? And, depending on the person, but usually they'll say 4. He won't get that wrong. And if you can't figure it out, you can put like 2 apples and another 2 apples and we can all count together and we'll count to 4. So 2 plus 2 is 4, no matter if you're an atheist, a racist, a divine saint. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter if you're Chinese, British, or Brazilian. 2 plus 2 equals 4. So reason has this beauty of going through the filters. It doesn't depend on what you're feeling right now. It just is. So if you just base yourself on feelings, you might be getting things horribly wrong because you haven't thought about them enough. They're violating good sense and you haven't bothered to think about it. So you're just going on the feeling. But why don't you stop and think about it? Why not use critical thinking? Why not use rational philosophy, not just put it out there, think about it. Why am I doing this? Why do I decide this is the priority in my life? Why is this my goal? Who am I? What am I doing? Not just what I'm feeling, but what is it? Does it make sense? Is it rational? So we can use reason. We have to use both, especially in spiritual life. That's why in yoga, one of the fields, one of the avenues of perfection, which I explain in my book, The 3T Path, one of the avenues of perfection in yoga is called Jnana Yoga. Jnana means intelligence, wisdom, knowledge. So there's the knowledge yoga or the wisdom yoga. You have to think things out. There's philosophy. This yoga tradition is the source of systematic philosophy. It's the oldest form of systematic philosophy in the world. It's very carefully explained. Everything makes sense. And when you read a Bhagavad Gita or Yoga Sutra, or you hear the great masters in the tradition from now and from thousands of years ago, they explain things They don't just say, go with your feelings. No, they explain things. Things are rationally explained. Look, this is what you are. You're actually not your body. You can perceive that. You're actually an eternal entity. And they explain things step by step. It's internally consistent. Everything is explained. And then with that knowledge, you can adjust your filters of reality, and then you'll feel it as well. The feeling is there, of course, because it's about love, it's about connection, it's about being yourself, and all those things definitely resonate hugely in your heart. But they're based also on knowledge, so you can defend your position both on knowledge, on rational grounds, and you have the confirmation from your heart, from the feeling. That's what you have to go for, be it in spiritual life, be it in choosing a job or finding a person to share your life with. Whatever you do, buying a car, vacation, you have to bring both into play. Bring your mind, your rational mind, and bring your heart. And feel it, but think about it too. Don't just try to like, oh yeah, I'm just going to feel everything. I'm just going to like, no, don't do that, because you're going to get it wrong. Your heart's full of like nonsense. You've got mistakes and views at life. You're getting things wrong. You don't understand life so well. You're not like some perfect enlightened being that you've understood everything. You're getting things wrong. So if you just follow your feeling, you're going to mess up. Just like the racist is messing up, thinking the other races are inferior, because he hasn't actually thought about it through. He hasn't felt the connection. He hasn't like allowed himself to absorb the fact that there are people from other races which are amazing people, and there are people within his race which are horrible people. So you really can't judge people by their cover. He just hasn't, those simple facts haven't penetrated his mind yet, because his filters are blocking it. And we are blocking, our filters are blocking lots of aspects of reality right now as well. So use your knowledge to break your filters, to go beyond, to change your mindset, change your worldview. All that requires you use reason, use your brain. With your brain, you can expand your worldview. You can go beyond what you were brought up to believe and to do. So not just reason, not just feeling, use both. Hare Krishna.